Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Pole, Off the Record. Today I'm here with a little Miss Asian Persuasion, Roseisstar.
Hi, babe.
I'm happy to have you on here.
Happy to be on.
So unlike all my other guests who were white, she's Asian.
And I'm Asian and white. I'll give you that.
And you might have seen Rose on all of our favorite website, The Hub. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We actually met at a strip club, so yeah, let's get into it. How you been?
I've been good. I'm retired from the strip club, which is really nice. It's a super freeing experience.
Kind of sucks, bro. Because this was one of the gangsters that kept bitches in check, and now the club is just running willy-nilly with annoying hoes.
It's not about keeping bitches in check. It's just about understanding stripper do's and don'ts and the faux pas, and we pass game down to each other. And that's the beauty about having like veteran strippers is it's our job to teach the younger generation, because as independent contractors, like it's not the management's job to check them or tell them what the rules are. It's our job to keep things aligned as is and keep the club running smoothly. So that's kind of like what veteran strippers like should do, and not like in a super aggressive way, but just being able to be like, hey, this is what we don't do, and this is why we don't do it. And a lot of it's just respecting each other, because to me, like, the rest of the world doesn't respect us. We're stripper hoes.
Oh God, they don't.
So we need to respect each other. And that's why like veteran strippers should check, the babies and teach them, because that's the only way they're going to learn.
Do you miss dancing at all?
I miss the stage so much. There's the one thing I miss. I don't miss the bullshit. I don't miss like everything else, but I miss my bitches and I miss the stage. I always tell people like, I don't do hard drugs. That's what I expect hard drugs to feel like.
Oh my God, dude. It's like a high when it's good and people are throwing you money. It's like, these motherfuckers love me. Like, it feels so good.
There's always a moment when you're like on stage and there's no money and you're shaking your ass and you close your eyes and you look up and there's just money raining on you and you're like, this is what heaven is supposed to feel like.
Oh my God. So you've been a feature too. So what's the biggest difference between featuring and like just stripping?
So with featuring, like, you're not, first of all, you're getting a paycheck to be there, which is like the most beautiful feeling, because when you walk into a club, you're worried about like, am I going to make money tonight? Like, am I going to make my bag? You walk into the strip club having already made your bag, having been flown out there, having been taken care of, been treated like a little princess, which is always just a really nice feeling. And then you don't have to like hustle. Like, you're not going out there and hunting on the floor. You're not going out there and working it. You're literally, people are there to see you. So it's definitely like a really good ego stroke, but it's such an amazing feeling, especially like after being a stripper for so long. And they're like, hey, you're so good, we're going to pay you a paycheck.
Oh God, you made it, bro.
Me? Little old me? You want to pay me a paycheck? Like, bitch, I was just at the strip club last night and now you want to take me to another strip club and pay me a check for that? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's such a blessed feeling.
What them feature checks look like?
So it kind of depends. I got really blessed because I did professional porn. So when you're a feature who doesn't do professional porn, you're not really making a whole lot. You're making like anywhere from like maybe $100 a show, because they pay you per show, to $250 a show. When you're a porn star feature, when you have that social media name, when you have that draw, they're willing to pay you a little bit more. I was getting paid $750 a show.
Damn.
And
that's
you usually do 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, and a show on Thursday.
Okay. So are you ever going to feature again, do you think?
I don't think so. I think to me, I got to feature. I got to see my name in lights. I got to be on billboards and like on posters and on the little flyers. And like, that was all I wanted for my stripper career. If I got my name on one thing, then I was happy. I really love kind of not being in the strip club and getting to see like daylight, you know what I mean? And live with the normal people, which is kind of weird to think about.
I miss daylight.
It's such a crazy feeling when you walk outside and you're like, why are all these people? Oh, because the rest of the world is awake now. That's why everybody's in the grocery store, not at 9 p.m.
Dude, I can't wait to stop stripping, especially because the club's been ass lately. Like, money is not there, and when it is, it's so rare, or it's like a regular. Like, I remember when I started, I would like leave with $1,500, like it was nothing, and now it's like I'm lucky to make 8 on a good day.
Oh yeah, when I left, like it was starting to go down, and that's why I left, like because when you aren't making money like that, it makes you, I hate to say desperate because desperate's the wrong word, but like it makes you desperate and almost hateful because you're like, I know I deserve this money and it's not coming from anywhere.
Oh God, I
And
started doing
even
dances with Indian men. That's when you know I'm desperate, bro.
that's the thing, is like I'm also not going to put myself in a position to be desperate for that money. So I'll sit there at the fucking bar and be hateful all goddamn day long because I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to lose my job because I've rocked some dude in the face because he's an idiot. That's not happening for me. And I started stripping like even pre-COVID, which was a very different ball game than even a lot of people like when you and I met. Like the club was really good pre-COVID. It was stupid fuck you money. Like you would walk out of the dance booth and somebody would grab you immediately for another dance. You didn't even have to talk to people. You could just make your fucking money. Now you have to like talk to them and fucking, and like I get it, you always had to talk to people, but like it's a different type of hustle now, and I'm just not willing to put that type in, you know what I mean?
Agreed, dude. I feel like stripping's like you said, you need to have a goal and then get the fuck out, because there's a lot of people in there that are probably stuck because they did that their whole lives and didn't save. And yeah,
That was the reason why, because I personally had always told myself I didn't want to be a 30-year-old stripper. No hate to the women who are, because there are some baddies who are over 30, but it was just something that I wanted for myself. And when I hit my goal that I wanted to in the strip club, I was like, okay, I'm done. You did what you came here to do. You made a name for yourself. Walk away with grace before
right.
like, and you and I have seen it, and I know other strippers have, like there's always one or two really hateful veteran strippers in the club
Oh God,
who
bro.
fucking hate everybody, who are drunk all the time, who are starting fights, who are fucking hot messes. I didn't want to be that person. So I was like, okay, bow out with grace now before you become one of those bitches.
Dude, I'm already that hateful bitch. When an 18-year-old starts, I'm just like, oh, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, why are you talking right now? Because they're just so happy to be there. And I used to be that person.
We all did. We all had that moment where we're like, oh my God, I'm such a stripper. I'm so blessed. And it is a blessed feeling. But also at the same time, yeah, you're kind of like, all right, I get it. It's lovely for you. But the rest of us are fucking sick of men grabbing us and sick of being fucking told that we're too expensive and sick of this because I've done it for 5 years and I fucking have heard every fucking excuse in the goddamn book. Just give me your fucking money and walk away.
Dude. And they don't. They don't even have money right now. Freaking. I went to Austin and there was like old bitches down there working, and me and Vanna and Crypto were all working. And this, she was hot. I don't even know what her problem was, but she's like staring at us in the mirror. And Vanna was drunk, and she's like, what the fuck is she looking at? And I was like, Vanna, chill. Like, these girls could be in gangs. We don't know where the fuck
in
we're
Austin,
at.
Those bitches are real as fuck. I do not.
Look at the border, bro.
Me and Indy Knight danced in Austin on and off, and I love Austin. We got to dance at Foxy's, which was like a super legendary. We're stage girls. It was a super legendary stage club, and I am very blessed to say I have danced with like flying angels, women who have traveled all over the world, who do stunts for P Valley. I'm very blessed to say that. Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, these bitches are like the top of the top. But guess what? I'm a fucking loud ass bitch, and I'm yes ma'am, no ma'am. I am 100% respectful because those bitches don't fuck with the bullshit because they really have put bitches in hospitals, and you're not gonna put me in the hospital.
Right? Man. No, 100%. I was like, Vanna, chill, bro. I was like looking down at the floor. Vanna's just like on rumplements, like nodding her head.
Not the rumpies.
Dude, that's her new drink. Vanna's a different bitch now. She does drugs.
But we love her all the same.
Yeah, 100%. So did you do porn or stripping first? What?
So my career kind of started, like I was a cam girl first, and then I started doing porn soon, like around the same time I started stripping. I had a friend of mine who's a stripper, and she's like, you're a cam girl, you should strip. And I remember the feeling of being like, I'm not a stripper. I don't do shit like that. And I was like, fuck it, I'll try it once. And I went down to Deja Vu in Oklahoma City. It was the only all-nude club in Oklahoma at all. And I went down there and I got told no 3 separate times for auditioning because I was that bad of a dancer. I swear to God, I was that bad of a dancer. They were like, no, we're not hiring you.
I remember you showed me a twerking video.
Listen, we all grow. There's growth in every place. But I started stripping, and like a month or 2 later, I was doing my first convention. Well, not my first convention, like one of my first conventions. And a friend of mine at the time was like, hey, I was going to shoot with this girl. She ended up not showing up. You told me you wanted to shoot boy girl. Like, why don't we just shoot together? Like, my hotel's right upstairs. We can get you started. And I was like, fuck it. Why not? Sounds like a good idea. And then I started shooting porn. And I think they kind of just like fed each other. I stopped doing camming as much. And I really just focused on doing porn and dancing long before OnlyFans was a thing, long before. Like, I remember when OnlyFans was bought and became what it was. Because we knew the owners of OnlyFans doing content probably a year and a half before COVID even happened.
That's insane, dude. So as like an OG porn star, I seen a clip on Instagram and it was like a really famous porn star, and she was like, when people ask if I know these OF girls, do you kind of feel like OF girls are not porn stars? Or like,
I feel like it depends, because there are a lot of these OF girls that are like doing porn, and don't get me wrong, like I've only done a few professional shoots, but there's such an influx now that it's like, no, of course I don't know every top 0.1% of girls, because there's so many of them. I know the ones that are big within our industry, that have big names, like in the content creation porn world, that lives at AVN, that's, you know, at XBiz, that do the conventions, that do that type of work. I don't know the Instagram hoes that turn into OF girls. I know the girls who are like, yeah, I'm a fucking whore and I love it. Which I feel like are 2 different types of breeds of girls. You have the girls who are like, oh my God, my nipples. And then you have the girls who are
like Bob House.
Yeah, like I don't know who the Bob House girls are. They're all 18. I know the bitches who are proudly sucking dick and are like, that's my shit, is I like to be a nasty whore, because I'm a nasty bitch too. I get it. But like, I can't do the whole like sub to see like my areolas, like,
right? No, they ain't paying for that. I subbed to Camilla's porn OnlyFans, and I was like, there ain't shit on here. But she sends like those PPVs, and I was like, I'm not buying this PPV, because like, what if there's nothing on there? I'm gonna be pissed.
You're be pissed as fuck.
Like, I wanted to see your vagina.
That's the thing, is like, I don't like a whore who's half in, half out.
Yeah.
First of all, we're all whores anyways. Don't be ashamed. But baby, if your titties are out on camera, the rest of you's out on camera, babe. Like, let's be honest with each other.
Oh God, friggin', and I don't know. They're like that Sophie girl. She's like, I'm a Christian. I'm a virgin. Like, bitch, there's no way you look like that and you're a virgin. Well, you were hanging out with rappers.
Bro, and also, like, I feel like I know a lot of the OG girls, and, like, they are inclusive, but they kind of all stick together, because there's a certain standard that comes with doing porn. There's a certain standard that comes with your brand, that comes with testing, that comes with holding yourself accountable. Like, we all kind of talk to each other. Like, we have massive groups where we're all in, like, talking to each other, where we're all aware of each other. If you're not a part of that group, then you're not really an OF girl.
Right. No, 100%. I posted videos with men, but only like, it's like we didn't know we were going to post it. We were kind of just like, let's take a video. And then I ended up posting it, because most guys don't care. But I've never done a scene with like a professional scene, which we're about to do later. You guys, stay tuned.
Oh, you're about to sign contracts, babe. You're about to take pictures of the ID. It's about to go real quick.
I'm excited. What do you think my porn knit should be like, now that I have the red hair and the sleeve almost?
I don't know. You have this, like, you've always had this, like, black and red, like, when you have this party girl vibe that works really, really well with, like, porn. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, you're a wild child, so you can do so much with, like, the kink community, and so much just, like, being the wild, fun, like, flashing your tits at a fucking football game type wild porn girl. You know
Do you think
what I
the red is
mean?
good, or do you think it'd be better to be all natural?
I think it's a look. I think especially with the tattoo, it's an alternative look that like a lot of dudes are really into with like the goth mommy type situation.
Dude, I've been called goth so many times, and it's hilarious. Because, like, I didn't even think I was all, like, I'm very much, I thought I was, like, the all-American girl, even though I'm Mexican. And then all these people on Hinge and stuff, they're like, I posted some pink pictures with my hair, and they were like, I've always wanted to be with a goth girl. I was like, goth.
I would say you're like a rocker baby.
Oh,
more
my
than
God.
more than like a alt
Kid
or a
Rock.
goth girl. Yeah, like you're like very like I feel like you need to be on a motorcycle with like a leather jacket, like rocker baby. It's perfect. It's the perfect like niche for you.
Thank you. Thank you. So the people have some questions for you. I'm sorry that some of these are so retarded, but we're gonna get it done. Someone wants to know if you'll be their wife.
Yeah, sorry. Unless you have a vagina, that question's out of the question already.
What Disney princess do you think is Loki a serial killer?
Is Loki a serial killer? That's actually a really good one. Hold on. Now that I have to think about it, what Disney princess is Loki a serial killer? I don't know. You know what? Snow White just always kind of threw me off. There's just something about it.
Voice is annoying.
One, the fact that she like slept and still wants his dude. Her and Sleeping Beauty are kind of, but it's definitely gotta be Snow White. There's just something about that girl.
I hate Ariel, bro. That little bitch basically sold her soul for some legs and ditched her whole family. She's fake as fuck.
In her defense, for some legs and some dick. So, like, you know what? I get it. We're all a little dick drunk sometimes. I understand.
True. Have you ever been with an Indian man?
No, never been with an Indian man.
I guarantee that was an Indian man that asked that shit. What is your type of guy?
My type of guy, I love a masculine man. I love an athletic man. I actually have an amazing partner who has been with me for a long time in my porn career. He is like my perfect type of man. Athletic, built, super funny. I love a guy who can make me laugh. Very chill because I'm like slightly anal retentive. I'm a lot of fun, but I'm also like there's a lot going on up here, and sometimes I just need somebody to be my zen.
Oh, God.
And to push me because I like to stay in my little comfort zone because I like to stay at home and, you know, do my laundry and do normal shit. And I like somebody who's willing to like push me outside the box and make me a better human.
So when you guys first met, were you already doing like stuff in the industry?
Yeah, we actually met at the strip club.
Okay.
Yeah, so we actually met. It was a really slow night, and he was just literally the hottest man I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, oh my God, he's so sexy. And it was like every dude's wet dream. Like we talked all fucking night long, and I was obsessed with him. And he was leaving town, and I actually gave him my number, and he didn't text me back for days. And I was fucking heartbroken. And he texted me back, and I've been dick obsessed, however you want to call it, ever since.
Dude, you're so lucky. Because most guys, they swear they want to date a whore. And then when you are doing your thing, like you're at the club, they're like, what are you doing? How are you making money tonight? Like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, you knew what this was when you met me. And that's the thing is like, I always like to make the joke, he really turned a hoe into a housewife because like I stopped, like I don't film content with any other man anymore. He's not the one who told me to do that. I one day was sitting there and I was like, that's the only dick I want inside me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like that's what bomb dick is. And I don't want subpar dick ever again. That's fucking terrible and it sounds awful and like a life of mediocrity. And I just don't want to deal with that. And so, yeah, no. And then I actually retired from the strip club early last year, and I like came to him and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he was very supportive and was like, whatever you want to do, like I just want to see you happy and see you thriving in whatever you choose to do. So I got my personal training certification. I'm getting my nutritionist certification.
That has a certification enough, bro.
Listen, you want to see it? Is it time? Is it time?
Look, that thing is no joke. My head is like one cheek.
Listen, she's homegrown too, baby.
Are you, is there anyone that you were like, I would love to do a scene with them? Like when you first got into it? Like, did you have like a Pornhub crush?
Abella Danger is always going to be my number one porn crush. She is the hottest thing ever on two legs. I just think she's the sexiest woman to bless God's green earth. I don't know. There's a few. I really got to do a lot of my porn crushes. I would say the only one that I didn't get that was a man was Damon Dice, just because he was really lovely. But I got to meet him. And
Bro, you
he's
know
such
who
an
Damien
awesome.
Daysky is?
Yes, I know exactly who
That
he
motherfucker
is.
scares me. I would never want to do nothing with him because there's like, I love dick. I love a big dick, but like that is something I would run from.
You know what? I always tell people, because like people are like, you're a porn star, you must love massive dick. Okay, here's the thing, is I have a tiny cervix. I'm a small girl. I'm very comfortable with it. There is a point when you fuck such a big dick that they're just heading you. There's just head and nothing else inside of you. And it's almost not fun for them either.
No.
Because they literally tell you, like, before you start a scene, they're like, hey, please don't deep throat me because it's really gonna fucking hurt. And you're like, you poor man, you probably never get deep throated. How sad your life must be.
Yeah, I feel like 7 inches is like daily takeable. And then any bigger than that, we're fucking once a week, bro.
Maybe if my vagina has stopped ripping, then yeah.
But it's weird though, because every lesbian I have ever fucked with likes these huge dildos. I'm like, you're not using that on me, bitch. Like,
again, but here's the thing: is they're heading that and they don't feel it, so they're like, "Oh, it's cool, I can head that." There's no fucking feeling in
like,
their
let me give
in
it
their
to you
dildo.
first.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your favorite meal for breakfast?
Come.
Same.
I love cum for breakfast.
I like swallowing cum when I'm high. I don't know why, because the cotton mouth maybe.
You're so fucking funny. That is.
But when I'm not high, I'm a quitter.
Not me. I am not. I can. Here's the thing:
Spitter.
is liquid gold. It is liquid gold, and if it is wasted, I am a brat. If it's not going inside me in some way, shape, or form, I'm a fucking cunt.
What's your favorite place to get came on?
Oh, I'm a cream pie girly. I'm 100% a cream pie girly. There's something about it when you just feel it coming out of you later that just. I will say, I've been doing anal lately, and he came in my ass recently for the first time. That was spiritual.
Bro, I let what's his face come, the guy we were just talking about earlier, come in my ass.
Not worth it.
No, I embarrassed myself because he was like, "Aren't you gonna go push it out?" And I was just laying in bed, and I was like, "No, I'm gonna let it marinate." But I was just joking, and I feel like that's the one thing he'll always remember about me. He's like, "She lets cum marinate."
Okay, but that's good. You know what? I used to love. And this is why I retired from stripping, because I was also a gross bitch. The amount of times that my man would literally come inside my pussy and I would walk into the strip club and no fucks given, give dances. Fuck y'all. It's supposed to
so
marinate
wet.
inside. Bro, you smell so good. Yeah, you like my man's nut? Does that smell good for you?
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys need to stop touching our vaginas. You don't know what's coming out of there.
You don't know what's coming out of there? It's my man's nut. That's what's coming out of there. I hope it smells nice.
So, out of all the places that you featured or danced at, what was your favorite city?
Favorite city, San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego always have a special place in my heart. There's a lot of reasons why. So I danced at a place called Pacers International Showgirls. Shout out to my showgirls. I love them. That was a beautiful strip club. It was a nightclub of strippers, and they were very big about, because like the laws in San Diego are very weird. It's a 6-foot rule. So if your titties are out, you have to be 6 feet away from a customer. So there's no nudity, no topless. If you are topless, you have to be touching the pole.
Do you guys do dances?
Yeah, but like you can't take both feet off the ground. So like you're doing a lot of this. You can't even straddle somebody. So it's really not a dance club, it's a stage club.
Right.
Which was the beautiful thing. And they really knew that it was a stage club. They have pole masters, pole Olympics there. They do Miss Pacerette. They're really big about featuring their girls, and they actually do like a welcome video at the front of the club, and they'll feature like their top 10 entertainers. I'd love to say that I got to be on that. I'm very grateful. But they, at the end of every weekend night, they would make it a big deal if you were the last entertainer on stage. They would literally, it's the last girl, throw your money. It's bad luck to leave the strip club with ones. It's bad luck to leave the strip club with ones. Bad luck. Literally heard it. People have gotten in car crashes. People's aunts have died. I swear to God, that is a real fucking thing. Because I tell people when they're like, I only have $20 left. I'm like, what's bad luck to leave the strip club with ones? They're like, no, it's okay. 2 weeks later, they come back. They're like, yeah, I wrecked my car. And I'm like, I told you, nobody listens to me.
Like, why do you even want the ones?
Bro,
you're not going to sit in your car.
With them. But no, literally, they encouraged you to throw all your money on the last girls on stage. And they were so big about making sure their girls were taken care of, which was such a phenomenal feeling. Danced at a lot of clubs that take care of their girls, but Pacers will always have a special place in my heart. San Diego in general, because I worked in California, besides 1 or 2 clubs, you're an employee.
Okay.
So I worked at a tiny club called Little Darlings Lemon Grove. And it literally was so small, at 26 chairs inside this strip club.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so serious. It was the tiniest club I've ever been to in my life. And I went there and I was an employee for a month before I became a Pacer showgirl. And then I went back, I think like 3 years later, and I was a feature entertainer.
Damn. Did the management, were they like, oh shit?
It was different management, but the girls knew me. And so they were like, oh my God, I remember you. I remember you sitting here hustling and now you're fucking on that stage. And it was such like an amazing, like, mama, I made it feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%. Bro, I know bitches were hating. I bet they were mad as fuck.
Honestly, the bitches who said something to me were so, like, it was so, I was like, they're not even going to remember me. Like, I was there for a month. The bitches who remembered me and were like, I remember you being here and being such a dope entertainer, and now you're here as a feature. Like, this is such a crazy feeling for me. And had their regulars. They had one big spender in there, and he threw a bag on me because of that one girl who remembered me.
That's dope. We love a girl's girl who loves sharing money.
We love a hustler who's hustling for other bitches.
It's crazy there's girls like that, and then there's girls who literally, like, will fight you over that last one, like, when you dance with them.
Bro. Listen, at the end of the day, if you're gonna fight me for money, you can just have it. If it's that deep, like, just keep it, baby, because it's not that deep for me. God's gonna give me what I deserve, and if you feel like you deserve it that bad, you can keep that money. It's not that deep.
What's the most you made in one night at the club?
Are you talking about VIPs, stage?
You could have been a feature. Just the most a strip club has ever given you.
$9,000.
Damn, boy. I thought my little 35K was a lot. 35K. 3,500 was a lot. That's crazy.
Very blessed. Very, very blessed.
Would you say you made more money doing porn or working in the club?
Definitely working in the club, just because, like, doing porn and doing content, there are 2 totally different hustles. The beauty about the strip club, and I will always say this, you can walk in today never having stripped a day in your life and make a bag and walk out tomorrow and nobody will ever know you're a stripper. Right. With porn and with content creation, you have to work. You have to work your ass off. You have to work on marketing. You have to work on your brand. And you have to, like, network. You have to do all this back end shit that with stripping, bitch, I can walk into any fucking club in the country and go make a bag and walk out tomorrow and nobody would know that's Roseisstar.
God. No, 100%. So I guess you get that privacy. Has anyone ever recognized you, like, out in public?
Oh my God, all
like
the
a
time.
Crazy fan?
Never like anybody super crazy. I do have some people that are a little, like, weird, considering that, like, I live close to where I, like, work out and stuff, and there are some people that are a little too much. But I've had people, like, I was at the State Fair with my sister one time, and this guy came up and was like, oh my God, you're Roseisstar, and my sister just turned and went to go look at something else. Because I was like, I appreciate it. I love when people come up. I would much rather somebody come up and be like, oh my gosh, you're Roseisstar, I'm such a big fan, can I get a picture? Instead of being, like, weird and creepy and trying to be coy and be like, obviously don't scream my name out, but be like, oh my God, I'm such a big fan. Instead of being like, I know you, and you're like, okay, and they're like, I know you, and you're like, can we not have the serial killer eyes?
People have done that to you?
Oh, 110%.
My God.
They're like, no, I swear to God, I know you. So I'm just like, no, you don't. I must have a twin somewhere. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Unless you can be forward with me, don't be coy. Don't beat around the bush. We're grown ass adults.
Yeah, don't be
here.
a pussy. If you have the courage to come up to me, have the courage to say whatever the fuck you were thinking.
And don't be nasty. That's the only thing. Some people are like, "Ma, you're Roseisstar. I bet you'd let me fuck you in the bathroom right now." Like, no, no, I wouldn't. That's not gonna happen. And you
Just because
made
I'm a
it weird.
slut don't mean it's for everybody, baby boy.
And you don't have to make it weird. Now you made it weird. Now you're a weirdo.
Yeah, you can be a hot guy and start talking like that, and I will. Like, I had a dude here once, and he was so hot, and then he was like, "I've seen your lives, and they're just so great," and I flash on live, so I'm like, that's cool. And then he just started sounding like a freak, and I was like, okay, I'm actually shooting some OnlyFans stuff soon, so you gotta go. And then he's like, it just sucks that I have to leave here with blue balls because you got me so hot. And I was just like,
that sounds like a you problem, bud.
Black, like, we're done. Oh, getting him out of my house was the hardest part. Once he was out, I blocked him.
Oh, I will 100% kick dudes out and make them Uber home in the rain. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, God.
Like, this is my place. I will tell you to get the fuck out of the house.
Like, fucking you in my bed is going to make the energy weird if you're weird. You know? And I have to sleep in there. So what's the craziest thing you've ever seen in the industry?
Ooh. In the industry, I knew people who were in the industry who did some crazy shit. I know a guy who used to shit on his girlfriend's chest. Yeah, for like sexual reasons, which was
They both liked it?
I don't think he liked it. I think he liked the power over her. She liked it. She's the one who asked. Really pretty girl. Did not understand it. Also was not in the industry, so it was really confusing for me. But yeah, he shit on her chest. That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not trying to kink shame nobody. I like some weird shit. Don't get me wrong. You shit on somebody's chest. Everybody's a weirdo in that situation. I don't care. I don't care.
I've let someone pee on me in the shower, and that's as far as it's gone with like fecal matter or piss. But I cut a dude once and drank his blood.
That is my favorite story to tell people. I want you to know, like, I love telling people when they're like, oh, yeah, I like a freak. I'm like, oh, you like a freak? I know this bitch Lana who drinks some dude's blood once. And I think it's the funniest thing to tell
What's
people.
fucked up, one time I wanted to do that to MH, and he was like, no, fuck no, I'm not letting you do that to me. And I was like, your best friend let me do it to him. He still didn't let me do it, but Matthew is the only man that let me do that to him.
I will say I like some really weird shit. So, like, me and my partner, I feel like we have kinkier sex off camera than we do on camera. But we, like the other day we were fucking, oh my God, it was so good. We were fucking and I was sucking his dick. And then all of a sudden I was drinking a cider at home and he just picks it up. I'm on my knees in front of him and he just pours it on my fucking face like waterboards me. And then he's like, look at me through the pain. Well, of course there's pain. It's fucking cider in my eyes. So I'm trying to like wipe it away and look at him. And then he dumped it on my ass first. And then he dumped it on my face. And then later he like looks at me and he just takes, he's like, go get me a water. And of course me, a little submissive, I'm like, of course, master. And I walk over, I get him water. I get back down on my knees. He drinks the water. And then he just fucking waterboards me again for like literally the fuck of it. And I was like, and I'm like, because I can't breathe, because fucking water in my fucking throat. And then he's like, what are you doing? Like, there's a dick to be sucked. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. He bends me over, sees the cider can. I don't know what happened in his head, but just crushes it and just bounces it off the back of my head while we were fucking, as he's fucking me in the ass. And I was like, this is the hottest thing I think I've ever done in my life. This is like the sexiest moment ever. Why? I don't know why it was sexy in my head, but to me I was like, that's it. That's fucking hot.
How do you feel about women eating ass now? It's like a real big thing.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'll always admit I ate ass. We've all been there. It's okay. But there's like a moment, because I like big, dominant, like masculine men. It's a moment when you're eating a dude's ass and he sits there and he goes, and you just can't. I can't do it anymore. I have this like weird thing about certain things that men do. Flip-flops, no go. No. Crying, no go. Like, I have things like, if you do that, I can't fuck you. And it will never get wet for you ever again. It will be the Sahara Desert. I can't fix it. There's nothing I can do. And yeah, the second I just said, I was like, nope, no. Here's the thing is, I'm a woman. My ass is supposed to be eaten because you're going to fuck it. Your ass, unless I'm fucking your ass, it does not need to be eaten.
No, for real.
It does not need to be relaxed. That's my point. My ass needs to be relaxed.
Dude, no offense to the men that take it, but like I cannot date a man who takes it up the ass. Because if I have to worry about you fucking some dude, that's gonna do shit to my mental health. Like,
I just can't do it. To me, it's just, again, it's that like masculine energy thing. Like, I like to be in my little soft feminine era. I'm not trying to be daddy dom in my situation, in my relationship. No, that's not happening.
which
It's
is
not
crazy because your personality is like so dominant, but it's always like the bad bitches that are.
Oh, that's the thing, is like I'm so dominant everywhere else that I'm like, please, can somebody else just take the reins and just like, I just want to be a pretty girl. I just want to sit in the passenger seat and just vibe out and have a good time. And literally, like that video of that girl where she's like, things that are happening in my head when me and my husband are out. La 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 la.
No,
like
that's
making my way
nice.
downtown. That's it. That's all I want in my head. I want no thoughts. Because all the time I'm worried about my businesses and all this shit that I'm like, I just want to turn my fucking brain off.
Yeah, yeah, bitch, you do a lot.
So
was it
nice.
hard, like when you were featuring and like traveling? Would you say it was like kind of hard being away from home all the time?
Oh, yeah. When I was traveling, because like before I moved up here, I was traveling 50 out of the 52 weeks a year.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It was a lot. I lived in hotels. I had this beautiful apartment in downtown Oklahoma City, and I literally never got to be in it because I was always on the road. Like, people never talk about the hard things about being like a traveling entertainer is like, you don't get to be home. You don't get to, because you're chasing the bag. You're always chasing the next like piece of money where you're going to come from. So like, you're always on the road. You're always thinking about like, okay, once I get home, where's the next place I'm going to? Where's the next place we're looking at? Like, and so you're always on go. So you never get to sit down. So now I'm such a homebody. I'm like, Friday nights, no. I sit at home, I drink a glass of wine, and I watch my movie and I vibe out.
Do you ever miss the rage though? Just like, because I feel like you kind of get used to a chaos.
Oh yeah, 110%. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, sometimes I just want to like, and then I'm like, do you really want to? That seems like a lot. No, it's tiring. It's very exhausting. It sounds like a lot.
I know, dude. That's how I tell myself. I'm like, you should go on a bender. Then I'm like, no, maybe not this week.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll do a bender.
Yeah, because it's like strap shows on stage. That was something I loved doing when I first started. Granted, money was better, but it was also like I was just young and I was like, this is so fun. And now I'm like, they don't even deserve that shit. I don't want them to see me.
Why I never did that shit on stage.
100%, dude. Like,
they will always say, I love, so Carmen Caliente is my girl. And when she came to feature, she was doing a dildo show on stage. She asked me to join in with her, which was such an ego stroke for me. And when we were doing it, I literally, corporate was in town, and they all remember me being like, oh no, you want to see this? You better throw some fucking money because that's what this bitch deserves. You want to see some shit? Throw some fucking money. And I was literally screaming at them. And Hustler Corporate remembered that. And they were like, no, we knew exactly who the fuck you were because you were not playing around with your fucking money. And I was like, thank you. Thank you very much. I worked my ass off for that attitude.
Do you ever talk to anyone from Hustler anymore?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Indie Night obviously is like my fucking bitch. Me and her are always going to be forever besties. But I talk to a few people now and then. I still talk to Vanna. I talk to Crypto every once in a while. I talk to a few people. I talk to Ava. But yeah, for the most part, like there are people that I'm like really tight with that like I want to continue to have our friendship forever. And then there are people like, especially as a traveling stripper, like there are a lot of those girls I will never see again.
Right,
I will probably never be in contact with again. And there are a few girls from every club that I like keep an eye on because like those are my bitches. But, and of course, obviously Mariana Cross. I cannot forget that bitch. First of all, that's my baby. But like there are a few people where like here and there, like you'll find those girls. But as a traveling entertainer, like you kind of have to come to terms with the fact that like you're going to get close with some of these bitches that you're literally never going to see again.
100%.
You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. These bitches are going to become moms and, like, Christian women. And, like, you're still going to rock for them. That's still my bitch. But also, like, oh, no, you could die tomorrow. Like, I saw some crazy shit as a stripper where, like, girls would be super sweet little newbie girls and would almost get kidnapped and then would fucking leave the club, never to be seen again, and go be a mom and a wife
OD.
because they can't handle it. And like, you just kind of have to like emotionally remove yourself from those situations because you have to be comfortable with the fact that like you can't spend the rest of your life wondering if that girl's okay. She'll pass your mind every once in a while, but like, all you can do is pray for the best for her and like keep moving.
100%. What's like one thing you absolutely do not miss about dancing? Like, or actually, no, your top 3 things that you hated about dancing and you're so glad you never have to do it again.
Being touched. I fucking hated it. I hated being touched. Because there was like a moment where you're like, do you see this beautiful goddess of a body that I've worked my ass off for? And you're gonna grab me? Like I'm a fucking piece of. That was always my biggest pet peeve. I always told people, I take apologies in 50s and 100s. Cough it the fuck up. And I would literally fucking berate people until they paid me.
Oh, God.
Because you're not gonna fucking treat me like a piece of meat. I'm a grown-ass fucking woman. You have a mother, you have a motherfucking sister. You came out of a vagina and you're gonna respect one today.
Oh, God.
I hated the touching. I hated the lowballing bullshit, which is like sex work everywhere. Everybody's gonna lowball you, but I fucking hated it. I hated time wasters in the strip club. Make me want to dump a drink on you, piece of shit. And then, trying to think. I hated like the hustle. Like I had this like, and it happens when you're a veteran stripper, this like fear of rejection of like wanting to go out to people and feeling like they're going to tell you the word no. And you're like, I don't hear the word no. So why the fuck are you going to tell me? Why are you going to tell me no? I know you have the motherfucking money. And so I think those were my 3 things. I hated being like touched, grabbed, like anything. Like if you ever noticed me on stage when people would touch me, I would fucking move away from them immediately because you're not gonna fucking do that. That's why I learned how to smack my ass in people's faces because that's cool. You want to fucking grab me? I'm gonna grab you right back. But I promise you, baby, it's gonna hurt a lot worse for you than it is for me.
Have you ever given a dude a bloody nose?
More than once. Dudes have literally come in and been like, you literally gave me a bloody nose last night. It was awesome. Can I get a lap dance? And I'm like, oh my God, of course. But I was also like, sorry, hustler management. Also known to kick people a lot. That was like my thing is I kicked people like a horse. And
I bet them legs are big, boy.
Yo, and so they were like, hey, you can't do that. Like, hey, people are watching tonight. I need you to like comment the fuck. And I would walk in and be like, I'm on a fucking roll tonight. And they'd be like, all right, so nobody go near her. Literally, old school would be like, don't fucking do it. Don't do it, bro. She's gonna fucking hurt your feelings. Because he knew I was on one that day, and he knew I was just looking for a reason. I kicked this dude so hard one day, I'll never forget. It's an old stage, and this dude fucking tried to touch my pussy, and I horse kicked him so hard, his hat flew off onto the stage, and his friends paid $50 to get it back, because I was not giving it back.
Damn!
I was not going to give it back. I was like, you give it back for money, but you have me fucked. I literally kicked him so hard, his hat flew off. In the chest.
As you should have. Bro, Alana be like grabbing their hats and wiping her ass with it and throwing it on the other side.
Nah, absolutely the fuck not. I cannot.
So what's the craziest thing you think you've seen at the strip club? Because I feel like at the strip club, it's like a lawless land. Like you'll see so much in one night.
I danced at a unnamed club in Texas where they shut up the club and kept the club open. Like gunshots in the club. And this is the craziest thing. So me and Indy and I are walking to the bathroom and we hear gunshots, and I love my baby, but she was like, what is that? And I was like, bitch, gunshots, go! And I shoved her into the bathroom. We're like shoving bitches into stalls, and I will never forget, God bless this man, I hope he's doing good, don't even know who he was. This man runs into the bathroom and presses his body against the door, and literally like, and I'm almost getting emotional thinking about it, there's like 15 women in this bathroom who are terrified for their lives, and this man is just standing there like, between us and whoever the fuck is shooting.
Oh my God.
And just like, is obviously equally as panicked as we are. And then when like after a second, when everything calmed down, he just looked at all of us and just left. Didn't say a word to anybody, didn't try to hit on us, wasn't, just put himself in between us and the bullets.
That's a man who deserves his ass eaten.
Bro, that is a man who deserves it. Because I was like, I pray, and I don't know who you are, man, but you are our Lord and Savior. And we went out, and then fucking, I've seen that, and then they kept the club open, and then the dude came in the next night and became one of my regulars. Bitch, I'm fucking shaking ass on him in a lap dance. He's like, yeah, you know that shouldn't happen last night? I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, that was me. I got out of prison like 3 days ago. And I'm like, Oh my god, that's like crazy.
Like, you don't have the gun on you, do you?
And then at that same club, I watched literally probably a 30-person fight between customers and strippers on both sides, all women. All women. Which, like, you know, a bitch fight is different than a dude fight.
Oh, God.
These bitches were literally crawling over the management who was grabbing bitches and throwing them out. Literally was like a zombie apocalypse movie. And you know me and Indie Night. Bitch, we're nosy as fuck. There's a video of us. They're videotaping the fight, and there's a video of us, like, trying to see the fight. And then they fucking brought it in the locker room. These bitches are throwing phones. It was chaotic as fuck, but probably one of the best places I've ever danced in my life because it was so much fun.
That is crazy.
That's why when like shit would pop off in Hustler, I'm like, oh baby, you're good. You're good. I've seen tables thrown in a strip club at like security's heads. I watched one of my security get a fractured skull because a table hit him in the back of the head once. Yeah, shit has popped the fuck off in a strip club.
Dude, my biggest fear is one of them Bible thumping, like abortion hating people are gonna come into the club and shoot me. I'm always thinking about that. Like if the mic blows up on stage, I will drop to the ground. I'm like, don't kill me.
That's why we've always, like, me and Indy, after working clubs like that, I can tell you there's like a feeling that happens. And it's like this like unnerving feeling that'll happen at the beginning of the night. And you'll look at the, like, I would always look at Indy and be like, do you feel that? And she'd be like, no, 100%, something's going to pop off tonight. And we had plans, like, in every strip club. Like, if you're on stage and something pops off, you hop this way. If you're, like, over here, you hop behind the strip,
Right.
like, behind the DJ booth. Like, you always had to have a plan in clubs like that because, like, you really never know what the fuck is going to pop off. We were, like, dancing one time at that same strip club. And when I say that was a fucking lit ass club, these dudes were fighting with money. Yeah, fuck you, fuck your baby mama, like literally throwing money on stage and arguing with each other and like grabbing the back of their neck, which is also like, why are you gonna grab that man's neck, bro? You know it's just gonna happen. And I'm sitting there and she's on the pole and I'm on stage and I'm like, Annie fucked your baby, you fucked my baby mama. She's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, no, just move the bags. We're gonna jump off stage and everything pops up. But they're fighting with money. We gotta make this fucking bag,
100%.
So he said your sister a bitch. You said my sister's a bitch, bro. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna egg that shit on. Fuck yeah.
That is so good. So, what advice do you have for like newer, like, let's say someone turns 18 and thinks they want to do porn or stripping? Honestly, like, what would you tell someone?
Work a real job first. Know what it's like to have a clock in, clock out time, to be responsible, because I feel like when you walk into sex work immediately, you don't understand what it is to save money, to have a fucking time slot, to do all this shit. Like, you're running your own business, whether it's stripping, whether it's porn. Like, you have to learn how to run your own business. If you've never worked in a business, you're never gonna know how to run it. But the biggest thing is listen to your elders. They're there for a reason. They've been doing it for a reason. They're
100%.
still doing it for a reason because they know what the fuck they're doing. Yes, you're young, dumb, and think you're the smartest bitch in the room. I promise you, you're fucking not. These bitches have a hustle for a reason. Save your fucking money, 110%, and have a hobby outside of whatever type of sex work you're doing. Have a hobby where you can be a normal person, because I will say the biggest thing that I regretted was, like, outside of my family, like, I really had nothing outside of sex work. So, like, when I left stripping, I was like, who the fuck even am I? Like,
Right.
what do I like? What do I enjoy? I couldn't tell you because I didn't know what I wanted from myself. So, like, those I would say are, like, the three biggest things, like, and keep your head level, because if you start to be ungrateful, touch every dollar, be grateful for every dollar, be grateful for the money you make. Even if you make $200 that night, like, your bills are paid, your bill is paid, your fucking phone bill is paid.
100%.
You made somebody's paycheck tonight. Like, that's such a grateful feeling, because when you start having that feeling of being like, well, I only made fucking da-da-da-da-da tonight, like, you still got your bills paid, babe. It's still a blessing. Granted, you showed your pussy for it, so don't be doing, shit on the low, but understand your worth, but also be grateful for what you have, because a lot of people don't get that opportunity to make the money that we do.
100%. And I feel like newer girls, because of TikTok and like the internet, they think like it's like going to the club and like demand money, and you don't sell a fantasy, you don't even act like you like the guy, and that's like, why would I give you money?
Invest in your looks. That's the other thing. Invest in your looks. Do your hair, do your makeup, do your fucking nails, present yourself well. Bitch, you are a fantasy. There is a reason why you have a stage name. It's because you are a fantasy to these people. So invest in yourself and it will come back to you tenfold. Because if you look busted, bitch, I'm not. And there are bitches who look busted who get money spent on them. And the reason why, psychologically speaking, not to knock anybody, it's because men think that they're cheap. So they think that they can get shit for the low. And then they're pissed that men are lowballing them. Well, it's because you aren't investing in your looks. It's because you aren't investing in who you are as a performer, whatever sex work you choose to perform. So invest in your looks for sure.
And do you think there's like an age where you should start considering a different career, like stripping or whatever?
I think it depends on every person. I've met strippers who are in their mid-60s. I met a bitch who's bad as fuck in her mid-60s in Chicago. Good for fucking her. She's making her fucking money. I couldn't imagine doing that. That's not for me. But there are bitches who are in their 30s now who are making bank, who know that's what the fuck they can do. And guess what? Can retire at fucking 40 and never have to work another day in their life.
MILFs are a thing now, bro. All these men have mommy issues.
And like, that's what they want to do. Like, as long as you know, just don't, as long as you're never stuck. That's the only thing I would say. Just make sure you're never stuck in that place and that's all you can do. Because like, I feel like doing sex work, we tend to have this value of ourselves. Even though we think so highly of ourselves, we also can tend to value ourselves as just sexual objects. Like, know your worth, know who you are, know that you're, bitch, if you can run your own business, you can run any fucking business. I promise you that. Because if you can sell the hardest commodity in the world, which is your body, because at the end of the day, you're a luxury, I'm a luxury. We're luxuries. You need a fucking bed, bitch. You need a car. You need all these things that everybody else is selling. Men don't need you. Porn is free. They don't need you. So don't ever be stuck in that position, but don't ever think that that's all your worth is you're selling your body as your business. Because, baby, if you can sell your body, you can sell ice to a motherfucking Eskimo. I promise you that.
Do you think, fuck, I had such a good question. I think I forgot it.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah. So, do you still go to strip clubs?
Oh, yeah. I'm always going to show my love. I have always, even before I started stripping, loved the environment of a strip club. There's such an amazing feeling to watch the empowerment of a woman, especially a woman who loves the stage, to get on stage and to own it with every fiber of their being. And you're like, that is a fucking bad bitch. Or to watch a bitch walk up to a dude who doesn't even want to dance and tell him he wants to dance. And he's like, okay, yeah, I guess I do want to dance. There's such an empowering feeling of like, yes, baby, make your fucking money. Let me pay you to be hot and sexy because you're hot and sexy and you deserve to get paid for that.
Oh, God, dude. That's why I can't go to strip clubs, because I go back broke.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm now given a limit. I'm cut off a lot. That's it. That's your last dollar. That's all you get to spend, because I will spend a bag on bitches. I am a trick, 110%. You don't even need to be all, listen, as long as you are bad, talented on stage, or you have a stage presence, you don't have to be all three. You just gotta have one. I'm a trick, baby. I'm gonna lay down and let you step on me if you want to. Like,
I feel like, here's what I was gonna say. Once you like do stripping or like porn and you're very open about it, you also have to be prepared for how people are gonna treat you. Because like, while some people are so cool about it, there's other times I've been out with like bitches that seem cool, and then they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm about to go to Hustler, you should come hang out. And they're like, oh yeah, 110%. I always tell people the biggest thing, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand this, especially with OnlyFans nowadays. Once you're on the internet naked, you are on the internet naked forever. We've been telling everybody this for fucking centuries. Not centuries, obviously, because the internet hasn't been around that long, but for decades. You're on the internet naked. You will be on the internet naked forever. One day your boss is going to see it. Your fucking family is going to see that. People are going to see it and are going to know that's you. So understand the game that you're walking into. That's why stripping is so beautiful, because you can walk out and nobody will ever know. But once you are on there forever. And that is something that like I feel like a lot of people who do OnlyFans now like aren't ready for. Like, it's cute and fun now, but when you're 30 and your husband has no idea that you used to do OnlyFans 10 years ago, is he going to be okay with that? Obviously he should be, because he's your fucking husband. Right. But some people aren't. Some people don't want, to have a child with somebody like that. And I feel like there's like a lot of stigma between like
people who prefer that, that's just not their cup of tea, and that's okay. There are people, you know, like I said, I got blessed with an amazing partner who loves me for me. So I don't have to worry about that. But there are a lot of people that are going to look at you crazy for doing shit like that. And you have to let them go. Because I knew a dancer who she actively lied to her boyfriend about dancing. He had no idea that she was a dancer. That to me is crazy.
Right, no, 100%.
Because, like, why are you creating this whole separate life that doesn't even accept who you are in your whole totality? But that is the thing, is like, even as a stripper, like, you are going to lose friends. You are going to lose family. There are going to be people who don't necessarily agree with your actions. I think I got very blessed. My family's always been 100% supportive
All of them,
me.
they were all good?
Oh, because I was dancing in Oklahoma, like, I had to tell my family straight up, like, this is what I do, this is what I'm going to do, and, like, this is what I love. And my mom asked, are you healthy? Are you sober? Are you happy? And, like, are you taken care of? And I was like, absolutely. And she was like, then I will never let another person say a bad word about what you do. Because I was 20 years old helping pay my parents' bills.
Dude,
because
same.
I was 22, like, taking my family on vacation. Like, it was such a beautiful feeling. But also, like, I've lost people. Like, I've lost friends. I've lost, you know, I had friends who, when I first started stripping, I was like, I'm a stripper. And they were like, you're a fucking whore. You're disgusting. And you're a terrible human being. And I was like, sounds like a lot of, like, internal misogyny on your end. That just sounds like you have shit that you
like,
need
it doesn't
to
change who you are as a person.
Like, I'm still a good person. In fact, I'm probably going to be more of a girl's girl than you ever could be, because I'm here to support other women, because I understand what true empowerment means. It's that dissonance, but it's also that, like, acceptance within yourself, being like, that sounds like a you problem, and that sounds like something I can't fix for you.
Right.
One day you're either going to see it or you're going to not. And if you hate women that bad that you can't accept that women get their bag, then, like, you've got to fix that on your own, baby girl. Nobody else can fix that for you. And one day, when you're down bad, when your bills aren't paid, when you need shit, and you've got to make some money some other way, you're going to fucking hate yourself. And that sounds like a terrible way to live.
Or be in the club, bro.
And hate yourself for it. Because now you have that internalized misogyny of, like, this is fucking disgusting. When, like, really, is it that bad? No, because everybody sells their body. You're telling me the dude who does construction out on the road isn't selling his body the same way a stripper is selling her body?
I agree 100%. I feel like guys hate it more because they're just jealous that it's kind of like, it's not easy by any means, but it's fast. We can make fast money really quick being girls. But
and men have also, like, this ideal of, like, even if you're not theirs, you're theirs because you're a woman. So therefore, like, you shouldn't be allowed to take, like, ownership of your own body. That's my job to take ownership of your body. And it's like, that's not how that works.
They want it to be like the Handmaid's Tale,
bro. That's the thing, is they want it to be so bad because they hate the idea. One, they hate the idea of being taken advantage of for women by something that they believe that they're entitled to. And I think that's a lot of what it is. Like, I shouldn't have to pay for that. I should get it for free. Really? So what do you have going for you? Credits in the shit. You don't have a job. You don't have a car. You don't have a house. And you're going to sit here and tell me that you're worth what? Jack shit. You're worth jack shit.
It's always the ugly, bitter men that hate strippers. Because I swear, every, like, successful man, they love us. Like, they know they're being used for their money, and they don't care because they got it. But guys who are broke are, like, they're just mad.
What do you mean another woman isn't going to love me because I have nothing to offer?
Like, yeah.
Maybe you have something to offer.
For real. Have you ever, like, came into contact with, like, escorts and stuff? Do you know escorts?
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of friends who are escorts, who've been escorts. Actually, I have a very good friend of mine who is now, she's my age, so she's 27. She's now a retired multimillionaire with, I believe she has, like, 48 different properties in a $3 million house. She was an escort from the age of 18 onwards, and she never has to work another day in her life. She's retired. She does some shit, you know, outside of it now, and she's like, I'm really fucking happy. And literally, like, and went and did, like, camming and, like, went viral and did stuff like that, and then just fucking walked away. And I love that for her. I think it's so awesome because, like, to me, it's not my ball game. I'm not willing to play in that league.
Right.
But baby, if you got the bat, go for it.
Those are like the Navy SEALs.
Bro, because I can't, but baby, get yours because somebody's got to do it. There's going to be a market for everybody. So as long as you're making your bag off of it and you're happy, then who the fuck am I to judge you? As long as you're not stepping on other people's toes, then like that's fair game. That's why like, you know, there's like always that dissonance in the strip club of like, oh well, she's doing extras. Like, does it kill it a little bit? Yeah, but also at the same time, like, baby, I can't sell in a market that I don't supply
Right,
in. So
100%.
like you can go find that, but I know what I give to you, and if you are willing to pay for that, then I wasn't your type anyways.
100%. Like, and there's always someone in the club that will probably take your offer.
Bro, and I've known bitches who are that person in the club and are the dopest human beings I've ever met in my life, and I'm like, that's her own fucking bag. Like, I'm not, again, if you come into the supermarket and you're looking for fucking prime rib meat and all I got for you is fucking, I don't,
Salmon.
like, yeah, like salmon and like a little bit of strip steak, like, I'm not gonna be, you can't buy Wagyu beef from the fucking supermarket. I can't give it to you. So therefore, you gotta go someplace else for it. And that's totally cool with me. Because that wasn't my money to be made in the first place.
For real.
And that was the thing that I think I always like kept in mind while stripping, like whether it be because there are extras being sold or because some bitch made more money than me, like my money is in my pocket because it was meant for me. If it's in somebody else's pocket, it was meant for them. And they obviously needed it more than me, and that's okay because God has blessed me with what he's given me.
Amen to that. Well, I think that's a wrap on this week's episode of On the Pole Off the Record. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a blast.
You guys, stay tuned for the shit. I'm about to go sign some contracts, and we're going to get this shit done. Bye.